Your sort of overall thoughts on the match? You know, it seems to kind of open up a little bit there in the second half. You're probably disappointed not to close it out with 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, we knew obviously after last week we needed to stay more compact, so thought we did a really good job in the first half. We knew as the second half went on that it would open up a little bit. We were able to get 2 goals, obviously, but we couldn't close out the 3 points, which is kind of frustrating, but it is what it is. We'll take a point on the road and then to regroup for the next week.
And maybe walk through your goal a little bit. Seemed like a good ball in and a good finish straight.
Yeah, Zach and I talk a lot, so he got the ball in the pocket, he was able to turn, and then I just spun and I just gave him a shot and he gave me a really good weighted ball. I just took my touch and just tried to finish for goals.
Thank you, Charlie.
Do you guys think that you lost the focus at the end to ended up with a tie?
I don't know if we would say we lost the focus. I thought there was a lot going on in the match today from the first half, from losing 2 players hitting heads, one getting subbed out, the other one getting subbed out at the end of the second half. So I thought, like I said, a lot went on. We showed some resilience today, able to sneak out a point on the road. So we're happy with our performance today. And like I said, just take the point on the road and to regroup.
Any other questions for Brian in the room? Robin?
I guess more for your season so far. You're off to a good start. Just how much of an improvement from last year's team to this year's team have you seen so far?
Yeah, a lot more character. Like I said, we had a really good preseason. We trained really hard on mechanics and the tactics that the coach wanted us to do. So he believes in us, and if we believe in the system, then obviously so far we're off to a good start. So we just have to keep working hard. Still a long season ahead of us if we don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
Any more questions in the room before we move to the Zoom? Okay, great. Nate, any questions on the Zoom?
Randy, go ahead. Thanks, Nick. Hey, Ryan, congratulations on the whole thing. Can you walk us through that?
I think it came from our left side, maybe with Max. Zach showed in the pocket. I tried to run in behind, I think. Zach showed in the pocket. I gave him a shot that he was able to turn, and he ran towards the door, I believe, and then I just gave him a shot. He slipped me in, and just tried to finish far post.
Is that linked up with you guys practicing injuries, or is that just middle of the game kind of thing?
Maybe a little bit of both, I would say. Just the mechanics that we try to work on and build up in our tactics, and it was able to come off today.
And I'm just curious on Balu's goal there. Just what did you see from the vantage point? He running through on goal there.
I think it stemmed from a long ball, and I just tried to get pressure because I think it was a long ball, and I think just maybe a bad back pass, and Balu was able to run in on it and just was able to slide.
Appreciate it. Brian, and congrats on the goals then.
Thank you.
We're good. Right. Thanks a lot for your time.
Welcome to a CPL recap, and this time we got Atletic Ottawa, and we have the versus York United. And this time we're going to have the coach from Atletic Ottawa for all of you. Don't forget you're listening to CPL recap at Frequency5fm Sports.
Okay, guys. Same rules apply. Yes, Charlie, if you want to kick us off.
Yeah, sure. Hey, Cross. It seemed like the game kind of really opened up a little bit in the second half. What do you think was kind of different between the two? Was there stuff that you sort of changed? Obviously, you had a Costa come off for that, but what do you think changed in the second half?
Well, I think that in the first half, all these situations of the concussion, we had to do some changes. Also, the other team lose one player, an injury. This made a little bit that everything was very cold, for the players. We started to realize that we wanted to win the game more on the second half. So I think first half was a weird first half. weird 45 minutes. So we started to play like a game of 45 minutes in the second half, where both of the teams started to show what they wanted to do.
You guys, I mean, you're obviously frustrated when you concede late at the end like that, but it seemed like you guys were particularly annoyed. Was there like a foul that you saw in the box on the goal or something?
Yeah, this situation of the last goal starts in a throw-in, that is a clear throw-in for us, okay? And they gave a throw-in for York, and then the situation started over there. So, you know, small details make big difference, not only for players, also for the refereeing. I think that we'll have to help each other, because we have to help each other. But the reality is that they have to be conscious that the small situations, small details make big difference.
Coach, so far on the game, what did you learn from your players? Any improvements are you planning to get from them?
Of course. I think that the team showed today big personality, very big personality after a big defeat, after losing 2 players because of the concussion, after trying to change and modify the plan of the game because of these situations. I felt that we never went out of the game, that we were focused in our moment, and I felt that we were more the image of the team that we gave in the first 2 rounds than last week. I think that I'm proud of the image of the player, but you know, I'm not surprised about the personality that they show, because I know that I have players with big personality.
Coach, you were very close to come out with a win. Are you gonna tell them something to keep avoid these little mistakes, because almost at the end you could end up with a win?
Yeah, but I think that today wasn't because of our mistakes. Clearly, I think that I have nothing to say to players. I think that they managed well the second half, they managed well the first half, and today wasn't about ourselves. I think that the little mistakes weren't from another part of the field, not from our field.
Any other questions in the room for Coach? Robin?
Well, the improvement you've shown so far this season versus last year, you're right now middle of the pack. I guess this was your first road game, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, you've got to get points in these road games. So how satisfied were you, well, except at the end there, you almost had it?
You know, we always go to any game to try to get the 3 points. So the reality is that we cannot be happy with this draw. Of course, we take 1 point home, that at the end of the day is better than 0 points, but we are ambitious. We have to forget about last season, because the reality is that we are in this season, in a new season, with a new squad, with a new staff, with a new everything. So I think that thinking too much about last season is losing time. So we look forward, and of course today I think that we deserved a little bit more, but because of these small details, we go home with 1 point only.
Darnell?
What do you think about that first goal which you scored against Ottawa, and the defensive effort on that?
We're humans, you know, and soccer is a sport of mistakes. Usually, it's a sport of mistakes. So, well, we have to improve some situation. We have to try to avoid small mistakes, and we will work on it. We are working already on it, but in some moments, well, we have to keep more control of certain situations that we have to avoid. At the end of the day, we have to try to avoid certain situations.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Any other questions in the room? Okay, Nate, anything on Zoom? Good. Coach, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
We are watching the press conference between CPL, York United, and Atletic Ottawa. And we're coming with the players for the York United. Don't forget you're watching CPL press conference between York United and Atletic Ottawa. And we're coming with the York United players for all of you guys.
Sure. Dom, let's start with kind of your overall view of that match. It seemed to really open up in the second half there. What did you think of the performance?
Yeah, I mean, we're frustrated. I think we overall dominated the game. I just think we played a bit slow. We need to be a little bit quicker in the final third. We need to get more shots on target. I think we were lacking that. We weren't getting too many chances. And you can see they're sitting back there waiting for their one chance. And it's hoping that we make a mistake. And to be honest, they had, two chances, and they finished both of them. So we just got to clean things up. It's frustrating in the end because I think we deserved more than what we just got.
The goal, though, I mean, I think we're more used to seeing you score with your head than the boot. It's got to be a good feeling to score the equalizer at home there like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, down to 10 men, we're down the goal as well. So to get anything out of the game, I think it was a much needed goal. So fortunate enough to put that away.
Any other questions for Zats? Good, just getting off that leg. Darnell.
Yeah, just specifically that, could you speak, I guess, to the mentality on the field when you go down to 10 men and suddenly 2 minutes later, the pressure's on and you're managing to win that goal?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, the character from the boys was phenomenal. It's kind of tough where you concede a goal to then wake up and then start playing with a little bit more passion and liveliness. But in the end, it was good character to fight back and get something out of the game. So you can see we fought hard and we deserved something in that game. So it was good for the boys to be able to battle back.
Robin, did you have a question?
Well, I guess looking forward, because you've got one more home game before you are away for a while. Let's see, your home stand, are you satisfied with it? How you've done with so many new players in the team versus the points you do have and don't?
No, I wouldn't say we're satisfied. You're at home, that's your advantage. You have the crowd behind you. You're coming in here trying to get 3 points every single day. So, no, I wouldn't say we're satisfied, so we still got some things to work on moving forward.
Ben, and then everyone comes in.
You've been in this league since the first season, and now a month into the third season now. What have you sort of seen from this league in 3 seasons on the Yellow Games?
Yeah, I think it's grown a lot, I would say. We're starting to get a little bit more traction. It's good. There's a lot of talent in here. So I think we just got to keep going with that. I think it's great for all the young guys coming in. You can see our team, one of the youngest teams, and there's a lot of players who are excelling. So I think it's great to see, and hopefully we don't get any more pandemics coming, so we can actually move forward and excel, and hopefully things go well in this league.
What a quote machine. Ibrahim.
Though your partnership with Ruja last season, it was out for a chunk of the season. You didn't see the two of you play ball games. You played alongside Jordan. It looks like he's staying fit and he's getting the job done. How is your partnership looking like at the back of the game too?
Yeah, no, brilliant partnership. I think he's a phenomenal player. He's a leader. He's the captain of the team, so he brings a lot to the game. Him and I have a great relationship, so I think that does help. So yeah, Jordan also played last year with me, and we also had a good partnership. But now he's kind of got that advanced role, so the three of us are able to kind of lock things down. Today obviously it wasn't ideal, but I think we are building a lot together, and I think we do have a strong partnership. So hopefully we're able to kind of move forward with that this year.
Any other questions in the room for Zats? I'm guessing we're good on Zoom too now. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Don't forget you're watching the press conference between Atletic, Ottawa, and York United. And we're coming now with the coach, Martin. And we got Martin. Don't forget you're watching the press conference between Atletic, Ottawa, and York United. Thanks to Frequency5fm Sports. Enjoy.
Questions in the room first, then jump on Zoom. Darnell, you're very eager with that hand in the air, so I feel I must go to you first.
Could you speak about the mentality of this team compared to, you know, previous iterations? Because of course you have to come back, so you have really the energy and the response.
Well, I mean, I don't want to speak about the past too much. You know, we're now trying to build a team that wants to win and we're in to win, fight tooth and nail. Showed a great character to fight to the end there and to get back in the game. So it's nice to see you always want a team that just fights to the bitter end. They gave everything they had today and just fell short of a few little things.
Go.
It seemed like sorry, cool. Yeah. The two halves seemed quite different. Like really opened up in the second half. Do you think anything in particular changed at around halftime, or was it just kind of the match waiting to kind of break open like that?
I think the match was waiting to break open a little bit. They, you know, they're very organized. They sit in deep block. They don't let you inside very easy. And, you have to go over around them. We weren't having too much joy, to be honest. We tried a couple different things, but you know, we started creating chances near the end, but we were opening up a bit too much for my liking at times, and they were able to catch us in the counter. So yeah, it's kind of two sides of the coin. You want to open up to get through them, but you don't open up too much that you give them something to win.
You were able for a little bit there towards the end to get all three of those strikers on the pitch at the same time with Austin and Llewellyn and Osazi. Just how important is it to you guys to have, you know, those attacking players with slightly different characteristics and they're able to play out together?
Yeah, I think it's really important because you can do a lot of different things late in the game, like you said, playing all three of them, two of them playing as wingers, which they have the ability to do. And it did help. It gives another dimension. Austin is you know, power and pace and drive. Sassie's nifty and dribble. They all can kind of dribble and create in their own way as well. So it adds another dimension. It's difficult for defenders with all three of them big, strong, and powerful.
Coach, I see two totally different teams. One, when you make the change with Richie, I see that you guys were more proactive. Is in your plans to bring Richie more often, like at the beginning of the game?
So really the plan right now for Richie is to slowly introduce him. He's been out for 7 months with a knee injury, so we don't want to give him too much too soon because what will end up happening is we saw last week, unfortunately, a player who had the same injury pull his hamstring, which can happen. So we're trying to slowly introduce him to the game, not give him too much because we don't want him to get injured. So the whole point is to keep him going on the right track. And next game, maybe make him available for more minutes. So he feels good and he wants to go, but we're actually pulling the reins on him a bit because we want to slowly introduce him instead of just go start and see what happens. I think it's a bit dangerous at this stage.
Do you think the chemistry from Richie, De Rosario, and Johnson will be more effective if you keep them more often?
Yeah, I think it will be. I think anytime players get a chance to play with each other more often, they'll connect better. So, you know, we'll see going forward. We've got another week of training before our next game, a tough one here again. So, you know, approach the week the same as we approach every week and see what our best options are for the game ahead.
Chris, be patient there.
Can you remember another time in your career where you got a red card in the 90th and ended up tying or winning the game 2 minutes later?
Yeah, no, I can't. So, yeah, it was interesting the last 10 minutes of the game, to say the least. You know, gifting them a breakaway and then red card and then scoring. So, yeah, it was exciting last 10 minutes for anyone who stayed all the way to the end.
Make that drink a little sweeter tonight, maybe after the game.
Yeah, you know, it's getting that goal does make it sweeter, but I think it was definitely still over the run of the game. The team coming sitting back was 2 points dropped.
First, I would like to know the injury situation of Oliver.
Oliver first, yeah, it was hamstring. Don't know how bad it is. Just had a tweak of his hamstring, so felt it. We'll have to get some imaging and see where he's at.
And this fixture concludes the pack for April. 4 games, a win, 2 draws and 1 defeat. How do you assess yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've been a little bit unlucky, to be honest, to only have to be at that because the first game we deserved to lose. You know, didn't get the rub of the green and some calls and what have you, but I think tonight another one. It's a game that we were in control of most of it. Kind of gifted them some goals in my opinion. So poor defending on the first one in transition and an absolute gift on the second one. So I think they had 2 shots, 2 goals. I think so. Can't remember another one they had. So it's. I think we're doing well. We're not giving many chances away. I'd like to see us create more like we did last week, but I think we got a good team, and I think if we keep at it and keep working hard, we're going to be a really good team.
And it looks like there are no easy games this time, because the next Friday there's another big derby against Forge. How is the build-up going to be like based on this result?
It's not going to change the way we look at the next game. We'll look at this Sunday morning with the players, the good, bad, and the ugly, and show them where we need to be better and what was good. So we'll rehash this on Sunday, and then we'll move on and start looking at Forge on Monday.
Any other questions in the room for Gaffer? Flight to the end here, Ben first.
Of course, you had David Zerr on the wing there in the last 20 minutes or so. What do you see from him in his performance out there?
Yeah, I mean, he's big, strong, and athletic and can run. He's not afraid of playing anywhere you put him up front, to be honest. So he did a good job. I just felt that I wanted to go out on the pitch, and to do that I had to put Sassy wide, and he did a good job. So it's somewhere that we know he can play. We warned him at halftime too, so he was like, play anyway.
Giancarlo.
Yeah, I guess just to also build off on that question, like you were around his dad too, like you witnessed his work ethic. What have you seen from Osazi's work ethic that impresses you?
Yeah, I mean he's young, enthusiastic, athletic. He and like everyone in our group, they come to work. They don't shy away from work, and that's what they need to do to get better. So they're all working every day, and Osazi brings it every day, works hard. He's hungry to prove himself. So he's had a good start to the season, and he's going to continue, right?
Darnell?
Do you think you'll plan to keep him specialized as a specialized taker, or is he rather confident for taking that?
Yeah, we have a few guys that were comfortable with taking penalties. He stepped up confidently and took it today, which you like your strikers to do, right? The strikers want to score goals, don't want to shy away from those moments. So, yeah, confidently took the ball and was ready and took a penalty.
Any other questions in the room for the Gaffer? Okay, Nate, anything on Zoom? Thanks, Gaffer.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for watching the press conference between York United and Atletico Ottawa. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Don't forget you're watching Frequency 5 FM Sports.